Welcome, man. I'm ready to Billy Strong and Positive YouTube channel. Man, we have covered so much in such a short period of time on this positive, motivating YouTube channel. I appreciate everyone's support. Those who are watching faithfully every single week when I post. Do me a favor. I would appreciate your support if you're watching this for the very first time. I call this the magic finger. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe, man. Each and every week, you'll get notified when I post right here on Billy Strong and Positive. We're talking about stress. Last week, I laid a foundation on stress, man, and how we can begin to overcome stress. Don't stress the mess. That has been the theme. We're going to continue and finish it this week right here on Billy Strong and Positive. Buckle up. Here we go. I'm excited. I got a whole lot more to share on stress. Don't stress the mess. This week on Billy Strong and Positive, I want to share my very heart with you this week if I can. My goal, my intent of this YouTube channel is not to be this motivational, inspirational, you got to grind 24/7, no sleep and no rest and grind and push. And I get all that. I get it. And I'm not the kind of motivator that's going to tell you to get rich or die trying, man. And I'm not knocking anybody that says that or supports that. Man, I want to be real. I want to be relevant. I want to be practical. Everyday motivating stuff, man. Just real. Down to earth. All right, here on Billy Strong and Positive, we're talking about stress. And I keep saying don't stress the mess. Last week I said stop stressing over things you cannot control or change. And that is so true. But we're going to move ahead this week. We're going to dig a little bit deeper. I want to talk to you how we can overcome stress. And that is one reason, one way, and that is by positive thoughts and positive actions. One more time. Positive thoughts by positive actions. And I know I've shared this point before in other videos, but I want to encourage you and challenge you to live a lifestyle that is more proactive in overcoming stress, man. Why wait until the last minute? I've had so many people reach out to me and so many different conversations at different times, and they've said, Billy, when I get stressed out, man, I just want to eat. And it's usually around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll go grab me something to eat, and it's a lot. Man, I've seen other people in their lives where stress becomes very strong and overwhelming. They go back to some old habits like drinking alcohol and getting back into drugs because the stress is so strong and so overwhelming. This week on Billy Strong and Positive, I want you to develop a more proactive lifestyle in overcoming stress. Don't stress the mess. Don't let stress run and control your mind on a regular daily basis, man. There are ways we can overcome this. Billy, you don't know my situation. I'm a single parent. I've got kids, I've got a job, I've got to cook, I've got to clean. Man, there's just so many things going on. Let me make a suggestion to you on how to be how to live a more proactive lifestyle. Man, reach out to a friend. Reach out to a family member. Man, maybe your spouse. Reach out to your spouse and say, hey, look, man, I need a few hours a week at least. Start off with that. I'm going to go work out. I'm going to go bike ride. I'm going to do something that is more proactive, man. And in my lifestyle, in reducing stress levels in my life. We talked about in the first video, go back and watch if you haven't watched it, on the effects of stress and the health, the health issues stress brings in our lives when we are consumed by stress. Don't stress the mess. Several weeks ago on Facebook, on my Facebook page, I posted something and I asked everyone for their feedback, and I told them I was going to share it right here on this YouTube channel, Billy Strong and Positive. I said, hey, what do you do? What proactive measures do you do in helping relieve stress or preventing stress overload in our lives? So many comments, so many positive input. And on this post, there were several people that said, hey man, I like to go for a long drive. I like to go for a good walk, man. I love to work out, Billy. This is what I do, and that's what I like to do. That's what helps me relieve stress in my life. So many massages. Several people say I like to go for a nice long massage. So many good things. My challenge is this week, man, be proactive. You don't have to go back to those old relationships because you're overwhelmed with stress. Be proactive. You don't have to go back to drinking the bottle, and there's nothing wrong with having a few drinks. That's not what I'm saying, but because you're consumed with stress, you're going back to the bottle and you're going back to old relationships. Man, build a lifestyle that is proactive in stress. Man, that will stop stress from overwhelming and consuming your life. This week on Billy Strong and Positive, man, I cannot stress it enough, and pun intended, man, stress will always be around you and want to overcome your mind, your body, and your soul, man, and these are not healthy. This is not healthy when we get to that point, man. Do whatever you can, man. You got to break. Here's the key. Here's the key. You cannot just sit in a corner. I'm not knocking any meditation and just say, I'm not going to stress. 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 What you got to do, what we've got to do is when we are feeling a stress overload, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and stress affects all the above I just mentioned, we've got to begin to replace the bad habits. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Replace the bad habits with good habits. And it takes a while to break a bad habit. Yes, it does. I've read some, it takes 30 days. Man, but when you feel overwhelmed with stress and those old behaviors begin to surface in our mind, and just go ahead and just give it up, man. Just go back to the old ways, the old relationships, the old behavior. No, man. Begin to make a conscious effort and stating, hey, instead of eating in the middle of the night when you're stressed and you can't sleep, man, get up and say, I'm going to grab me a glass of water. I might even go for a quick walk. I'm going to go do whatever I can that is a positive outlet to overcoming stress in my life. Don't stress the mess. Hear me this week, man. There is so much going on globally. Doesn't take a rocket scientist that can overwhelm us. Man, begin to feed. Don't feed off of the media so much, man. Feed yourself. Take time. Are you ready for this? Take time for a concept called self-love. If you watch any of my posts on anything I do, typically It's almost always the last hashtag is self-love. It doesn't sound right. I never feel comfortable sharing or saying that word, man, but it is such an important word, man. Self-love. Take time for you. Take time for you. Go for a car ride, man. Go work out, man. Do some things that is going to benefit you. I know we're taught growing up, you had to learn to care and love for others, and that is important. But equally as important is building a proactive lifestyle that is self-love based. Are you getting what I'm saying? You're getting the message. We need to build a lifestyle that is more proactive to fighting stress, fighting off all this negativity that is around us on a regular basis. Hear my heart this week. Hear my heart this week, man. Don't stress the mess. Don't stress the mess. Stay strong. Stay positive. Man, start where you are, but don't you stay where you are. See you next week.